Hello, I wanted to chime in today to share with you some practical advice for growing in your career and for overcoming challenges and obstacles. Think about your job and the decisions that you're going to make as if you were the owner of that company. This really helps you have a good compass of what has the most value and when it's worth it to challenge the status quo. Now, let me just give you an example, and this is a very hypothetical scenario. Let's suppose that you have either a new technology or some sort of project that you want to propose or that you're actively working on, but then there are some bureaucratic process that your company has, and you think that there is potential of, let's say you want to go to market with something and you have a 3 or 4 month timeline, but you think because of your company's bureaucratic process it will probably get delayed and take longer, and your concern is that you're going to miss an opportunity to be more competitive, and overall the profit of the company will either decrease or not increase as high as it could have been. So let's suppose you have this scenario. If you think to yourself, what will the owner of the company that I work for do if it were in my position? And I think that I tend to do this because I'm also an entrepreneur. So I work in a big company in which I only have the scope of my role, and then I work in a small family business in which I have the end-to-end. And I really like to think, like, try to mix the things and think, how would I do it if I was in the other place? So this is what I'm saying, like, try to think it as if you are the owner of the company. Something that you could do if you were in that hypothetical example is that you could escalate. And I know that escalations or going above the chain of command that's talking to you in that moment sometimes can feel like a bit rude or unconventional or not like politically correct. But also focusing too much on what is politically correct might hinder your success in speeding up things and going to market as fast as needed, because the clock is ticking and you're aware of that. So you could escalate. Let's suppose you know that what's going to stop you is legal contracts that has to be approved. There's a process that is there and it's meant to protect the company from potential lawsuit or something like that. So you're not going to bypass that process, but you can escalate to someone that's in that area. You can say to that person, write a very short email or just let them know however you can. You hint at that being a potential solution and explain why and how you think it will impact the company's profit or whatever benefit it has. And at the end of the day, for all this work, you might do this and you might even get delayed and miss an opportunity. It's not like a 100% guarantee of success. But at least you really tried to think about what could add value and try to challenge the status quo and try to be so engaged in the work that you do that you're able to try to solve problems in a disruptive way with original solutions, and without breaking the rules, try to generate a very authentic conversation about what's the most valuable thing that specific groups of people could do in a specific period of time, that at the end of the day is how a company gets organized and works on a daily basis. Try to overcome obstacles using your skills, either your communication skills or your planning skills, your networking skills. All of that is part of who you are as a professional, and all of that impacts in your ability of reaching goals, and that impacts directly in your career. Because a lot of people can say, oh, this got delayed because we didn't get approval in time from the people who are in the legal department. But it is so proactive to say, we anticipated with the legal department, and we came up with an idea of how we could reach this in a 3-week time window, and we were able to successfully, and at least you set up the scenario for that kind of things to happen. Sometimes they will, sometimes they will not. But who you are as a professional, whenever you're trying to do something and you receive like a no, try to challenge that. When I started working in digital transformation, one of my mentors, the first thing that she told me was, whenever you are talking with someone about a project that implicates a transformation in technology and they explain you part of the process of how we do things today, and they said, oh, we do this like this because we've always done it this way, like that's the alarm of there's something that we could redesign there to make that more efficient, to make it more like something that makes sense with the technology that we have nowadays. So really challenge the status quo. And another example that I can share about how this can look like, not in a corporative environment, but for example, if you're an entrepreneur. I have a small family business in which we sell artistic supplies. And one of the things that we sell is glitter. So glitter for makeup art, for resin, for candles, for nails. So now we incorporated a new line of glitter, which is biodegradable glitter, which we're moving towards a more sustainable future. And so we purchased from this company so that we could add it to our catalog, and we would ideally want to use their logo because they're really good at explaining what bioglitter is and why it's so important to use it. But for them to give you the trademark, there's some sort of like requisites that you have to meet. And last time I checked, I think we meet most of them except for one. And so they said that we cannot use their logo. Now I wrote back and I challenged the requisites. I said, okay, so we're halfway there. We are eventually going to meet all the requisites, and it will be very useful for us as we're trying to teach our audience and our customers what is bioglitter and why it's so important to use. We live in a place which we're very close to the ocean, so I think it's also very important that people who live near the ocean don't go with traditional glitter to the beach or to the cenotes. So that's like here, I think it's a key place to use biodegradable glitter. And so I emailed them and I said, this is what we're trying to do. This is why it will be very helpful. We're eventually going to meet all the requisites. Can we do it anyway? And they took like 3 weeks to answer, and then they just confirmed that we are able to use their logo, and they sent us an agreement to sign and officially be authorized to use their logo. And my point here is that you already have the no. Go for it and try to propose your point of view. Try to negotiate what you want. Give the reasons why. Propose it as something that is also an opportunity for the other part. And also be prepared to deal with the frustration if the answer is no. But still, I think it's totally worth the try because it also creates the habits in our heads of challenging the way we do things. And even from you to yourself, if you think that you're someone that struggles to get organized, perhaps you can also challenge why you struggle, and that can put you in a better place to pick up new habits and transform yourself. To have a growth mindset, you have to be willing to challenge the way we do things. And that's a career advice that I had for you today. Thank you.